Hey guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be like sort of an official start on my reading journal for 2026. This is probably going to be a quick video. I just kind of want to rearrange some things. But first I wanted to show you this adorable 40-page monthly calendar themed insert from Daily Grind. There are also blank ones, which I took out and left upstairs on accident. So the ones I'm going to show you are actually the themed undated months. But just know it comes with a set of undated both this way and this way. So as you can see here, that's what the undated full sheet looks like. And we'll talk about that in a minute, and I'll explain that in a moment. So first of all, you've got January here. Beautiful. I love all of this. I love these because you can color them, and how fun would that be? So I'm thinking they may not get used in 2026, but probably in 2027, unless I figure something else out. But I absolutely love these. And they're so cute because you've got details at the bottom of the page there. You've got them at the top and then the top there. Adorable. And I love this. And you can date it however you want. So for whatever year. There's February. Super cute. And then the February dual page. We've got March. And then the March dual page. April. These are just too adorable for words, guys. And really, it makes your planner like a bullet journal. I'm so excited to be using Daily Grind. I can't even tell you. I truly love it. And then there's May. Look at the little snail down there. Is he not adorable? I love this. Okay. Is he on the double page too? Oh no, but there's a sweet little, like ladybug there. Cute. Okay. Then we've got June. Beautiful. Love the ocean and mermaid vibes. Oh yeah, look it. So great. I love it. Then there's July with all the fireworks and the summer and barbecues, and love it. And then here's the dual page. I love that you get both. I love that you get a small one. Like say if you just needed to, I don't know, write down temperatures or track very simple little things. You know, this is easy because it's one page and it's great. And then on the side you have main focus and important days. I love that. You know, but then for me, because I prefer the double page spread, I love this. So again, you have main focus, important dates, and notes. And that's on all of them. Here's September. I can pick it up. There we go. Forgot to put lotion on before I started filming. Okay, and then there's the double page. This one is one of my sincere favorites. Look at that upper corner. I love it. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Here is October. And the double page spread for that. Super cute. Here's November, which I love. I love all the sweaters, the pumpkin pie, the deer, the animals, the cabin, you know, all the cozy vibes. Loving it. And then you have this one. Now, eventually, like I said, I will be using these because I am absolutely loving how these are. They're just adorable. This December one, look at the little lights. Yeah, I can't. It's so cute. Okay. And then, like I said, you know, you also get the undated, completely undecorated, undated ones. And I'm going to show you that in a second. Let me just kind of put this back in order a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now with these I made copies of, and there's a reason for that. I don't have the money to go and buy 12 of those just to get one set of, you know, these for each month. So here's what I'm thinking, and let's get into this. I made those up on my own dot grid paper that I had bought off of Amazon. I'm going to move this. And what I want to do is those are the calendars I'm going to use in my reading journal. So let's quick have an overview, shall we? I'm going to actually take this out because I don't know what I'm going to need off of here. Okay, so in the first section here, we have this, which I'm still formulating a plan for. It's still in its infancy. It had been recommended to me, and this is a really great idea, which I had thought about, but I'm gonna explain why I'm not gonna do it. So someone had recommended to me that you could, use these here, and then, when they're filled up, flip them over and use them again, which I was considering. However, these are the same prompts that these are. And since I'm going to be getting a set of those every single time I order a refill for this, because I'm going to need 2 more refills, so I'll have 2 more sets of these, there's kind of no need for that. And I really think I want to design, because I'll put a dot grid page on here, so ultimately it will end up being like that. I would love to create like a bingo cover in my shop. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Then this will be the bingo prompts. This will be where the book covers go that answer this. And then of course I do have extra like dot grid paper in here. Now, going into this section, and I kind of started, I think already doing this. Yeah. So here I have this month's TBR. This is gonna be kind of my up next list. And it will still, sorry if I'm not getting that into frame. And it will still, be like a check off list and whatever it'll be for that month. I will probably put some priority reads in there. My weekly reading logs, these are going to be kind of where I log my books. So while I will have a big, not a big chart, but a main chart up front, I will also have this. So I think this is going to kind of be per book. So rather than necessarily a weekly reading log, what I might just do is find a way to decorate up at the top, and then this is going to be for a certain book. And chances are I'm not going to read more than 4 to 5 a month. I really just don't have a lot of time for that anymore. With Jesse not feeling well and me having to keep an eye on him, I don't have as much time to do that. Now, I have been crocheting a little and reading a little while sitting next to him and kind of keeping him comforted. But I also know that, when all is said and done, I'm going to have a really hard time focusing on a book. I don't know how much longer he's going to be with us. I'm just trying to enjoy the time he's there. So, that being said, what I do want to do is, and excuse me for getting weepy, I apologize. So what I want to do is put one of these calendars in the front of each like monthly section. So let's flip this back. So here's this, next month's TBR. So this will go here. And what I'm thinking is I could easily, and I'm not going to do it today because I'm still kind of thinking about it, but like this would be where the January cover goes. And then I'm thinking, and I have to see which one fits. Where are my monthlies? I have a feeling it's going to be the Erin Condren size by the looks of it, but let's take a peek. Yeah, these are going to be too narrow. All right, so let's take a look at the Erin Condren ones. Let's see if these will fit. So if I do it across, I might have to trim a little off the edges. Let's see. Let's pull a page out. Actually, yeah, I might have to trim just a little teeny bit off the edges, but I'm okay with that. And here as it goes, you can see that will cover that whole top area. So that'll be really nice. So I think that's ultimately going to be how we decorate it, moving forward. So I'm not going to be decorating as much today. My mind is kind of on other things, but I do want to put these monthly calendars in here and then kind of do a flip through and show you where we are. So that'll be this month's TBR, which like I said, will be an up next. And then I've got 4 weekly reading logs here. Now we'll do another calendar because I've decided I'm going to keep this by thirds. So how they do the 4-month, packages, that's kind of how I'm going to keep it. So this first section will be 4 months. The second section will be 4 months. And then the third section will be the last 4 months of the year. All right. Oh, there we go. But I think this is going to turn out kind of cute. And being that it's different and I'm kind of building it, it's kind of taking a little more, you know, forethought. But that's okay. I'm kind of up for the task. And getting it set up now is, I think, super important because then, you know, later on, it won't be as daunting. As you guys know, that's part of the reason I like to set things up in advance. And here's a prime example. What's been going on in my life, you know, with, you know, my mother's decline and passing, and then now my dog. Like, it's not an easy time for us. So I would much rather have this done in advance so, you know, I can grieve later when I need to. Now, so 4-month reading wrap up, I'm going to leave this here, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this next 4 months TBR. I don't need this. But what I also want to do before we do a flip through, I kind of want to go through this reading brochure again, or reading package again, and see if there's anything else I need in here. So this goes actually at the back. I don't think I do. Because I don't think I'm going to use this. The blank shelf, like I said, I have a specific purpose for. And that'll be explained probably in the next video. I don't need a 4-month TBR, which is why I took this one out too. I don't want to do monthly reading wrap-ups. I want to do that 4 months. So yeah, I think we're good. I'm going to put these off to the side. I just wanted to double check and make sure there was nothing else in there. So now what I'm going to do is actually throw these calendars together and put those. I'll need 4 here and then 4 in the back. So I'm going to pause you for a second and get these divvied up. Hold on. Okay, so now I've got those split up. So I've got these split up into groups of 4. So here is 4 months worth here, front and back. I'm going to pop those in this second section here. Jeez, that's not wanting to go on there right. Should probably do less. That's actually 160 GSM paper. That's the dot grid paper I got from Amazon. So let's do 2 and 2. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right. This way those are ready and waiting, and I can kind of filter in the rest of those. Because I will be getting 2 more of these. Probably, I don't know, maybe Black Friday or something. I'm assuming they do something on Black Friday. So I have not labeled my dividers yet, but I do have the labels here, which I will leave for now. So in the first section, of course, we have this, and then I have all the extra dot grid paper because I will be needing it, especially for that. And I will be needing it for the back of this because then this will be my bingo challenge. And I will be making other pages just to have, like, you know, the final book counts and things. I might do a series list because I do find it helpful. So that's something else I might be working on here soon. But again, that's all dot grid. So in the first section here, and this is how it'll be, the cover will go here. And then I'll have this decorated with my chapters stickers. So again, we saw that the Erin Condren one is the one that will fit the best for that. And I'm excited about that because that'll have the months and things on there along with the chapters. Excuse me. So then this will be sort of like the up next list with the priority reads, which I think will be great. The weekly reading log, which I think is going to end up being books. Just, you know, like this will be for the book I'm reading and how many days. So this will be kind of how I track the books. And I think it'll be a lot easier that way. So we've got 4 of those here. Some of them have 4, some of them have 5 because there's enough to do that with. So then, of course, here we have another month, this month's TBR, and it repeats. So then when we get to the end here, you know, because this is all 4 months worth, when we get to the end here, then we do have our 4-month reading wrap up. And I love that because then I can do the book covers here. And it's once I'm printing them up and that's kind of it, other than for doing the priority reads. So I kind of love that. So start month, end month. And then, yeah, this is great. And this gives me plenty of room. This gives me room for 24 books because it's 6 front and back. So that's 12 per page. So yeah, 24. And then when I do get another one of these, then I can go ahead and set up the other sections. So here again, I have the copies that I made of the undated ones and cut down and punched. So I have 4 months worth here. And then of course, 4 months worth here. So yeah, I do like this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I think this is going to be a great reading journal. I'm actually truly excited for it. So I hope you're enjoying this. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will link to the Daily Grind website down below as well. And I will also link to my Etsy shop and my January chapters. The February one will come out when I do the February kits. This one I brought out early because I kind of knew I would probably want to start setting up my reading journal early. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.